Welcome to God Gifted Camreras. You are watching an exclusive series on calligraphy called Soul of Calligraphy. I am Swati Thakur, founder of Swasta. In today's episode, I will be talking about how to do flourishes. Flourishes has always been a very interesting subject in relation to calligraphy. So I'll be showing you examples of how to add flourishes with your ascenders and your descenders. I'm going to show you a few examples of flourishes with the ascender letters. Like for example, this is the B. I'm using a 2.4 pilot parallel. Take a round oval and it's a B. Generally with flourishes, you go 3 to 4 times above the X height. Like I have marked over here as 5 nib width height, and I have taken it almost 4 times above for the flourishes. So when you write any letter, the flourishes have to be bigger and much above the X height. These are few examples of adding flourishes and a dash of strokes with your ascenders. The flourishes have to be the oval shaped and generally placed side by side. Like in the descenders, I have taken the strokes almost 4 times below the X height. These are few examples of adding a dash of flourish to your letters. While doing flourishes, you must practice a lot of hand movements first, like memorize the shape of the flourish and free hand, keep moving your hand in this direction several times. The more and more you memorize the form and the shape, the more you will be able to go ahead with the movement. Flourishes is more about being swift and enabling your hand to do those kind of movements. I would suggest you to do few pencil strokes first, and then you can write over it. Keep a lot of rough papers handy and practice flourishes with your pencils first. Memorize the flourish shapes first with your pencil, and then you can practice with your calligraphy tool. The main thing about flourishes is memorizing and understanding the shape and form of your flourish. Like I have explained in this, going above the X height almost 3 to 4 times and forming an oval shape. Before you practice your flourishes with your calligraphy tool, do a lot of pencil sketching, because calligraphy is more about drawing of letters. So understand the shapes and forms. Do n number of pencil scribbles first before you actually begin with your calligraphy tool. Like if you see the stroke, this is way away from the vertical stroke. The more larger the flourishes, the more beautiful they appear. I'm showing you few examples of writing words and adding a dash of flourish to your compositions. You can arrange these flourishes in your compositions in this fashion. Like I have a frame which is made over here. You can add your flourish to an ascender and descender, and a few dash of strokes makes your calligraphy compositions a little more interesting and complete. Now I am showing you a few flourishes and a dash of strokes at the end of a letter. Like if you are writing a sentence and you want to add a slight flourish at the end of a sentence. I am showing a few examples of those. You can go about 3 to 4 times above the X height, or depending on your composition. But certainly every time you do a compositions, do your pencil scribbles first, do your pencil markings first before you even begin doing the flourishes. This will give you a bigger confidence in arranging the flourishes and doing the strokes. While doing flourishes, first of all, if you want to aim for this particular stroke, memorize the shape first in your mind and in your heart, and several times move your fingers and move your hand in that direction. First move slowly, understand the form, move your hand slowly, and then you gradually try to go faster and faster. The more your hand becomes familiar with the form and shape, the more you will be confident when you will be approaching the flourishes on paper. Suppose if you have a letter E at the end of a sentence, generally we do these kind of flourishes. The length of the flourish can be decided as per your composition and the size of your paper. Understand the hand movements first and the strokes, and try to be more and more confident in doing the strokes. You can try being a little more daring with your flourish. This is one more example of a composition with few flourishes in front of you. Like I have added a dash of flourish to the edge and to the endings and to the last letter. Now I'll show you some examples of adding flourishes to capital letters. For example is A. So these were some examples of adding flourishes to your ascenders and descenders. Keep practicing with a little more freeness and little more boldness. Loosen your hand by following the few exercises that I have showed in the episode. Keep watching us. Stay tuned with God-gifted cameras. Do like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you.